Dr. Sadhna Singh, Associate Professor, Chemistry, SMB Government College, Nathdwara. Today my lecture is for first year students. It is of third paper, that is Physical Chemistry, and our topic is structure of atom. The structure of atom, about structure of atom, student already studied in their lower classes about atom. First, the definition about atom is given by Dalton, John Dalton, in 1808, and the definition given by Dalton is the atom is smallest particle of any matter or substance which cannot be divided further. But after the discovery of cathode rays, that is electrons, proton, neutron, etc., Dalton has modified its definition, and the definition given by Dalton is the atom is the smallest fundamental unit of any matter or element which is made up of more smaller particles like proton, electron, neutron, etc. After the definition of atom, which consists the smaller particles like proton, electron, neutron, then how they are present in atom. First, the model is given by the J.J. Thomson, which is known as plum pudding model, in which he said that atom is made up of proton and neutrons and the electrons scattered like pudding in plum in pudding और बूंदी के लड्डू में इलायची के दाने. Then in 1911, Rutherford was a scientist. He was doing an experiment in which he was bombarding alpha particle on golden foil, and he was sure that all the alpha particles which have energy, they cross the golden foil. He found that all the particles passed over the golden foil, but few of them have their direction is changed and some electrons are reversed. It surprised the Rutherford that the electrons which have high energy, how they are reversed. It is just like if a bullet from a gun is shooted on a paper and it is reversed, its direction is reversed toward the shooter. Then he has given a model for the atom. He said that it means the whole positive part of an atom is present in a center of the atom, and that portion where the whole positive part is present is known as nucleus. And he said that the whole mass, that is protons and neutrons, they are present in the center of the atom, that is in the nucleus, and the electrons, which are the lighter particles, they have negatively charged particles, they are moving around the nucleus continuously. But for the Rutherford model, this model, it comes that if the electrons, which are negatively charged particles, if they move continuously around the nucleus, then the charged particle, when they are moving continuous, they lose their energy, and the electron must lose their energy, and it comes slowly and slowly closer to the nucleus, and there will be a time when it may fall into the nucleus, and if it happens, then the structure of the nucleus is destroyed. But it never happened. So the Rutherford model also is not a perfect model. Then in 1913, another model for the atom is the Bohr's model. The Bohr's model is based on theory of quantization of radiation. The theory of quantization of radiation is given by the Max Planck in 1900. Max Planck was a scientist who was studying the radiation fall on the black body, and when he found that the radiation emitted by the black body, they are not continuous. Before the Max Planck study, it is known that the Newton has given that the radiation, they are continuous and they are in the form of the waves. But Max Planck said that the radiation emitted by the black body, they are not continuous. They are in the form of bundles, and he said that the energy of each bundle E is equal to h mu. It depends upon the frequency of the radiations emitted. E is equal to h mu, where h is the Planck constant. Its value is 6.625 into 10 to the power minus 27 ergs per second. So, by the study of Max Planck about radiation, he has given the theory of quantization, who has 3 points. That is, the energy of radiation is in the form of bundles known as quanta or photon. The energy of each photon or quanta depends upon the frequency of the radiations, that is E is equal to h mu, that is it depends upon the frequency mu. And the third point is any substance can absorb or emit energy in the form of bundles, that is quanta. Substance can absorb or emit energy as a whole number of quanta, as a 1, 2, 3, 4, but not in fraction, and so it is called the quantization of radiation's energy. Then Bohr, on the theory of quantization, has given its model, and the postulates of Bohr model are: number 1, electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a circular way. Second is, electrons revolve at definite distance with definite energy. The place where electron revolve around the nucleus is known as orbit. So the electron in a particular orbit having particular energy, definite orbit having definite energy. Electron energy is changed if it changes orbit. If electron moves from lower orbit to the higher orbit, that is far from the nucleus, then its energy is increased. If its energy is decreased, if it loses the energy, then it moves from higher orbit to the lower orbit, that is near to the nucleus. In a particular orbit, it has a particular energy. He also said that when electron is moving around the nucleus, then its angular momentum, that is MVR, is quantized, and its value is MVR is equal to NH upon 2 pi, where N is always a whole number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's never in fraction. So with these postulates, Bohr also explained the structure of hydrogen atom. The hydrogen atom, which has 1 proton and 1 electron, he found that the orbits where electron can revolve in an hydrogen atom around the nucleus. For the hydrogen atom, he calculated the distance where orbit is formed, that is r is equal to n square h square upon 4 pi square z e square, where h square, h, z, e, they all are constant for an electron. Only the value of n can change. If the value of n is 1, then he calculates the distance for the first orbit of electron from the nucleus. By the putting value of 2, then he calculate the distance of second orbit of electron from the nucleus for hydrogen atom. By 3, n is 3, then it's the distance of third orbit from the nucleus of hydrogen atom. Like this, he calculated the distance of 4, 5 these orbit from the nucleus. He also calculated the energy of each electron in a particular orbit by the formula E is equal to minus 2 z square e4 pi square m upon n square h square. Here also, by putting the value of n as 1. The value of energy calculated is the value of energy of electron in first orbit. By putting the value of n as 2, the value of energy of electron is in the second orbit, and by putting value of 3, 4, the values of energy of electron in 3, 4, 5 orbits. So the Bohr has calculated the distance of the orbit from the nucleus of each distance of the orbit from the nucleus, first, second, third, fourth, and the energy of electron in each orbit also. By this, not only this, Bohr also explained the spectrum of hydrogen atom. The spectra of hydrogen atom is a line spectra. Of course, the hydrogen atom having only one electron, but it is having a line spectra. Bohr explained that how this line spectra is formed. He said that when hydrogen gas is heated, its atom absorb the energy, and by absorbing the energy of atoms, the electron goes from ground state to the higher energy state. If an atom absorbs more energy, then electron goes into higher energy states. If the atom absorbs less energy, then its electron goes into the lower energy state. But after absorbing energy, when electron goes from lower state, ground state, to any higher energy state, the atom comes in the excited state, and for the stability it emits some energy. If it comes from higher state, any higher energy level, to the ground state, then the lines formed is known as the Lyman series. If they fall into the number 1 ground state from higher state, then the lines obtained is known as the Balmer. In 2 energy state from higher lines formed is the Bastian, like this bracket, and the Puffin. So the different energy state have different lines of series, so it is known as the line spectra of hydrogen atom. So this is all about the Bohr model for the atom, but this Bohr model has some limitations. It cannot explain the spectra of atoms having more than one electrons. Secondly, this hydrogen spectra, the line spectra of hydrogen atoms, when it is studied by the high power microscope, then each line has many fine lines. Each line of spectra has many fine lines. Then from where these fine line comes cannot explain by the Bohr. Also, Bohr cannot explain that why the angular momentum of moving electron is always an h upon 2 pi. It is an integral multiple of h upon 2 pi, and there are many more limitations of the Bohr model which can explain by the other models. So the next we will study about the Sommerfeld model. Thank you.